Welcome here tonight, ladies and gentlemen of the AFW universe, as this is my submission for Danny Meltzer's hashtag I bet you can't film this, as this is Kenny Omega versus the legend Ric Flair. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host of tonight's match, Vic or Jay, whatever you want to call me. But tonight we got these two great superstars going head to head for the first time in AFW, and this match could definitely put AFW on the map to being a great figure fan. But coming out now, ladies and gentlemen, the underdog that I believe in this match, the cleaner, Kenny Omega. You have to feel what's in Kenny Omega's shoes right now. Kenny Omega is going against a legend, Ric Flair. He's been putting himself on the map all across the world, and tonight this could even make him better than just a normal superstar. This could put him up there tonight when he goes head to head with the legend Ric Flair. But all I know of tonight, ladies and gentlemen, that we will have a great match on our hands. If Kenny Omega does stay locked in here tonight, he could definitely pull off the win against the Nation Boy. But this isn't going to be one easy fight for Kenny Omega. And here he is, ladies and gentlemen. You can hear it by the crowd as they are very excited to see the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, making his AFW debut. And look at that beautiful inches coat or robe, whatever you want to call it. And the Nature Boy is here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Ric Flair, one of the greatest of all times, is going against Kenny Omega here tonight. The crowd is definitely going to be on their feet this whole match, watching these two great wrestlers perform at their very best, at a very high level of wrestling. These two men, the reasons why we see greatness in wrestling, as these two men are both facing off for the first time in history. Ric Flair and Kenny Omega next. And we are getting this match started up here next, as both men locking up in the collar and elbow tie up, but Ric Flair overpowering the young Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega has to stay on top of his feet this whole match, but Kenny Omega hits Ric Flair with the arm drag toss. And now Flair looking for a forearm. Omega reverses in a drop kick, taking down the Nation Boy. Kenny Omega, this is your perfect time to change the momentum of this match, or keep the momentum of this match. Kenny Omega having all the momentum to begin with, but Flair with that elbow. Flair in the highs. Omega goes him over the ropes. Omega comes up with a knee to his chest with the midsection, and Omega off the ropes with that moonsault, taking out Ric Flair. Now looking for a super kick. Flair reverses to a chop, and another chop, and another chop. Those deadly chops by Flair. Now Flair looking for a suplex, but Omega fighting back off the turnbuckle. Omega now has Flair up on the turnbuckles, and a thunder bomb off the ropes. Cover 1, 2, kick out by Ric Flair. Oh my goodness. What a way these men are starting off here tonight. Omega after hitting that boot to the midsection of Flair, and he has the figure 4 locked in. Omega has the figure 4 locked in. Ric Flair is going to tap. Omega using Flair all move against him, and Flair gets out of ropes in just a nick of time, having Omega have to break the pressure off Flair's legs. And Omega has been just a hot shot in the beginning of this match. The crowd is definitely loving this match, as Flair crawled in the corner, but Omega misses that punch, and Flair with his own punch, and another punch appears. Flair now running back, and now look at this guy taunting to Omega, but he pops him up and he throws him across the mat. Flair now looking for his own figure 4 leg lock, but Omega pushing Flair into the turnbuckle, and now Omega, he has Flair set up. He's looking for that V-trigger, running up, but he misses. And Flair, as Omega, he just throws him down, just ruthless. And now Flair has his own figure leg lock locked in. And now the original figure 4 leg lock locked in by Ric Flair. And Omega needs to get out of this quick, because all the pain going through his legs is going to end up making him tap. Ric Flair has mastered this move for years, and Kenny Omega needs to find a strategy to get out of this quickly. But what is Omega looking for? And Omega reversing the pressure, or trying to reverse the pressure fully, and he does. He reverses the pressure onto Ric Flair's legs, and once again, Omega turns the momentum of the match, and Flair gets to the ropes again in the nick of time. And you just know Ric Flair's legs have to be in pain right now. Flair struggling to get up here tonight, as Omega already pops himself back up. Flair as well. Both of these men have been showing themselves off here tonight in this match, and these men staring down at one another. Ric Flair throws a couple of words at Kenny Omega, and Flair with that forearm to the face of Omega. And Flair just trash talking Kenny Omega here tonight, but Omega retaliates back with a forearm of his own, and Kenny Omega trying to put some respect into Ric Flair. Kenny Omega is not the one to be disrespected with. Both of these men going at it here tonight. But Omega hits a punch of his own, and Flair hits a big punch, busting the nose open of Kenny Omega, and now they just throw forearms right to one another. This is a bloody match here tonight without even weapons in that double punch by both men. But Ric Flair looks like he took the most of it from Kenny Omega, and now Omega has Flair up. What is Omega looking for tonight? Bouncing off the ropes, Omega with a V trigger! V-trigger, and now looking for that one-wing angel to put Flair away, but Flair reverses with a Hurricane Rana. And now Flair going to the ropes. Looks like he's going to the top rope. We doesn't see this a lot for Ric Flair. And that frog splash. Cover 1, 2. Kick out by Kenny Omega. Flair almost put Omega away, as Omega tried to put Flair away first, but Flair ended up countering that. And this match is insane, ladies and gentlemen. The crowd is going wild. But Ric Flair trying to slow the momentum down here in tonight's match, as he has Kenny Omega locked inside a headlock. But Omega pushes Flair out through the middle ropes. And now what is Omega looking for? Omega looking to take flight here in tonight's match. Omega runs out and he just dives at Ric Flair, taking him out onto that hard mat. And now Omega regaining some strength, picks Flair up with a suplex onto that barricade. Omega now on the ropes with a moonsault, taking out Ric Flair. You just know the pressure has to be all on his back right now. But Flair slides back in the ring, and Omega on the apron, coming back inside of the ring. What's Kenny Omega looking for? Omega looking for a dragon suplex, but no, Flair reverses. Flair turns around. No, he has him in that butterfly superposition, and a butterfly suplex, throwing Omega right into the turnbuckle, and German suplex by Ric Flair. And Flair with that knee breaker. Flair now bouncing off the ropes, and it knee straight to the face of Kenny Omega. Cover, but Omega lifts his other leg up, and that kick to the head by Omega to Ric Flair, and Omega has Flair up, and Omega with that power driver. Covered by Omega. Omega going for the cover. 1, 2, kick out by Ric Flair. Kenny Omega thought that was all and done right there, hitting that power driver onto a dirty, busted, bleeding Ric Flair. And now Omega throwing Flair right into that corner. Omega looking for a V trigger here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I can already know it. I can already call it. Omega sending Ric Flair in the perfect position. Omega comes up with that V trigger to the face of Ric Flair. And Omega, what are you doing? Looks like Omega is looking for another V trigger onto Ric Flair. He says he is not done yet. He is trying to put this legend away for good. And Omega running up with that V trigger again. Another V trigger. And Ric Flair looks dazed. Kenny Omega just go for the cover at this point. What is he doing now? Omega, it is not that serious. Just go for the cover, man. It looks like Omega is looking for a V trigger off the rope. Come on now. It's not that serious. Omega, a chop. Sending Omega to the turnbuckle. And now Ric Flair. He has Omega. He got the figure four locked in. Using all the strength he has left on Kenny Omega. Will Omega tap? Will he tap? Omega stressing out here tonight. Will Ric Flair make Kenny Omega tap? Kenny Omega struggling to turn over. Flair using all his strength. And Kenny Omega taps. Ric Flair remains a legend. And he beats Kenny Omega. Omega saddened in defeat as Ric Flair is your victor here tonight. Coming out of a bloody battle with Kenny Omega. And what a match both of these men put on here tonight. Giving both of these men props here tonight, facing in this contest. Ric Flair, definitely one of the greats in wrestling and pro wrestling. And Omega and Flair facing off. And it looks like Omega is going to pay respects to Ric Flair's. Well, thank you guys for watching. And this was my submission for hashtag I Bet You Can't Film This.